Welcome to Monkswell Manor and our production of
Mousetrap.
There we go. Welcome to our only matinee performance of Bronco Drama's production of Agatha Christie's The Mousetrap. We are very excited that you're here for this sold-out performance and for our second of our Guess Who performances where you, yes you the audience, voted for the actors that you're about to see on stage today. I don't really know who's going on stage. Hopefully someone will come on in each of the roles. The cast has been notified. They are ready to go. And this has been a little stressful for parents and for cast members, but they have risen to the challenge. And it's never a dull moment, and none of the performances to date have been the same. The casts have been different for every single performance, which is a testament to the abilities of the students and the actors at this on this campus. This whole project, we want to do something a bit different. I have 3 actors in this show that have learned 2 tracks. So they have learned 2 different roles and have alternated almost every other night. Some of them almost a week ago are performing a role they haven't performed for a week. And you wouldn't know. You would not know because of their dedication to this production. So I'm just couldn't be prouder and am blown away by their commitment to this project. So parents, I thank you for having to deal with it on your end, which is probably running lines and late nights and all of that kind of good stuff. But thank you for coming along with us on this journey. Speaking of journeys, our next journey begins on Tuesday with the auditions for our next little production, Mary Poppins. Those auditions are Tuesday and Wednesday. Any students out here that would like to have information on that, I've got some of that. You're welcome to get that from me in intermission or on our website, broncodrama.com. That production will run the last week of April and the first week of May at the Mercedes Edwards Theater. It is going to be a massive production of Mary Poppins. She will fly, Bert will fly, everybody will fly, they'll be flying. So we'd love to have you. We'd love to have you join us for that. Please put that on your calendars, tell your friends, sell 100 tickets each because that's the only way I'm gonna pay for it. Immediately following that production of Mary Poppins, because we just can't sit still here at Bronco Drama, will be a student produced and directed production on this stage of Neil Simon's The Odd Couple. So you'll want to come back right after Mary Poppins in May for that. We also have our monthly improv shows, which the next one will be next Saturday night, right here on this stage at Monkswell Manor. If you are planning on attending any of the remaining improv shows this year, this is the seating. We can't, because of the set on stage, we can't seat audience members on stage. So very limited seating for the improv shows. So those parents and audience members that do attend regularly, you'll want to get here early because those tickets are available only at the door. They're $5 each and they sell out like that. So please plan on joining us for that. We'd love to have you. We'd love to have you join us for anything that we do here at Clovis North. And thank you again for supporting live local theater. We are just so appreciative of you. All right, just some housekeeping notes. We are videotaping. Oh, I heard a sound cue. We are videotaping for our archival purposes. You may not videotape for any purpose. It does violate copyright laws, and please no photography during the show. You're welcome to take pictures with cast members. They'll be out in costume after the show, and you can come back in here and take them on the set. Perfectly acceptable, but please not during the show. It's very distracting to those around you as well as the performers on stage. We will be taking a 15-minute intermission, at which time you may get up out of your seats and go outside and partake in sugar and carbohydrates. We have plenty of things for sale. That's how we pay for all of the things that we do, so we'd love for you to partake in that. You can bring it back into the theater too. So that's kind of cool. Just make sure that whatever you do bring in finds its way to the garbage can at the end of your stay with us. We have one other thing I need to let you know about. We have a fundraiser happening on Monday the 26th. Monday the 26th at Pyology. You know, the new Trader Joe's just opened. Yeah, just thought I'd put a plug in there. Right across from that Trader Joe's is the Pyology, where our fundraiser will be on the 26th. So go do a little shopping, go get a pie, and you'll support Bronco Drama. We're just so grateful for our parents that set all of these fundraising opportunities up. And it's better than, you know, selling wrapping paper or magazine subscriptions. I think you'd all agree with that. So if you need to use the restrooms or get up at any time during the performance, and this is kind of a biggie for today, you can go out those doors. I would rather you go out these doors. Because it's a matinee and it's really, really bright outside, this area is kind of curtained off so that if you do need to come in, there's that vestibule area, and it's really dark. Your eyes have, as you experienced today when you came in here. So I would prefer that you get up and come this way if for whatever reason you need to leave during the performance, and then we'll open the doors for you and let you out that way. But know that these are the only unlocked doors. So if you do go out those doors, you'll be locked out. These doors are unlocked. Right, that is all I have to say. I am just so grateful again that you are all here today. Thank you so much for supporting Bronco Drama, and enjoy Agatha Christie's The Mousetrap.
And according to Scotland Yard, the crime took place at 24 Calvert Street, Paddington. The murdered woman was a Mrs. Maureen Lyon. In connection with the murder, the police are anxious to interview a man seen in the vicinity wearing a dark overcoat, light scarf, and soft felt hat. Motorists are warned against ice-bound roads. The heavy snow is expected to continue, and throughout the country there will be a certain
Mrs. Barlow? Mrs. Barlow? does look nice. Oh, how stupid of Giles. Oh, gosh.
Mollie? Mollie? Mollie, where are you?
Doing all the work, you brute.
Oh, there you are. Leave it all to me. Shall I stoke the agate?
Done.
Hello, sweetheart. Your nose is cold.
Just come in.
Why? Where have you been? Surely you've not been out in this weather.
I had to go down to the village for some stuff I'd forgotten. Oh, did you get the chicken there too?
It wasn't the right kind. I'd gone on to another dump, but it wasn't any good either. Practically a whole day wasted. Oh, my goodness, I'm half frozen. The car was skidding like anything. Snow's coming down thick. What do you bet we're not snowed up tomorrow?
Do hope not. Only the pipes don't freeze.
We'll have to keep the central heating well stoked up. Not too good. I wish they'd send the coke along. We've not got any too much.
I do so want everything to go well at first. First impressions are so important.
Is everything ready? Nobody's arrived yet, I suppose.
No, thank goodness. Miss Barnard's hooked it early. Afraid of the weather, I suppose.
What a nuisance these daily women are. That leaves everything on your shoulders.
And yours. This is a partnership.
So long as you don't ask me to cook.
No, that's my department. And anyway, we've got lots of tins in case we're snowed up. Giles, do you think everything's going to be all right?
Got cold feet, have you? Are you sorry now we didn't sell the place when your aunt left it to you? Instead of having this mad idea of running it as a guest house?
No, I'm not. I love it. And talking of guest house, just look at that.
Pretty good, what?
It's a disaster, don't you see? You've left out the S. Monkwell instead of Monkswell.
So I did. However did I come to do that? But it doesn't really matter, does it? Monkwell is just as good a name.
You're in disgrace. Go and stoke up the central heating.
Across that icy yard? Shall I bake it up for the night now?
No, you don't do that till 10 or 11 o'clock at night.
How appalling.
Hurry up, someone may arrive any minute.
You've got all the rooms worked out?
Yes. It's Mrs. Boyle in the front four-poster room, Major Metcalf in the blue room, Miss Casewell in the east room, and Mr. Wren in the oak room.
I wonder what all these people will be like. Oughtn't we to have got rent in advance?
No, I don't think so.
We're rather mugs at this game.
Well, they all bring luggage. They don't pay, we hang on to their luggage. It's quite simple.
I can't help thinking that we ought to have taken a correspondence course in hotel keeping. We're sure to get had in some way.
They all wrote from very good addresses.
That's what servants with forged references do. Some of these people may be criminals hiding from the police.
I don't care what they are, so long as they pay us 7 guineas every week.
You're such a wonderful woman of business, Mollie.
And according to Scotland Yard, the crime took place at 24 Calvert Street, Paddington. The murdered woman was a Mrs. Maureen Lyon. In connection with the murder, the police are anxious to interview a man seen in the vicinity wearing a dark overcoat, light scarf, and soft felt hat. Motorists are warned against ice-bound roads. The heavy snow is expected to continue, and throughout the country there will be a certain freezing, particularly at points on the north.
How do you do?
Thanks so much. The weather is simply awful. My taxi gave up at your gate. Wouldn't attempt to drive, no sporting instinct. Are you Mrs. Ralston? How delightful. My name's Wren.
How do you do, Mr. Wren?
You know, you're not at all as I pictured you. I've been thinking of you as a retired general's widow. Indian Army. I thought you'd be terrifically grim and the whole place would be simply crammed with Benares brass. Oh, instead it's heavenly. Oh, quite heavenly. Lovely proportions. That's a fake. Oh, but, this table, and this table is genuine. I'm simply going to love this place. Have you got any wax flowers or birds of paradise?
I'm afraid not.
Oh, what a pity. What about a sideboard? Purple plummy mahogany sideboard with great solid carved fruits on it.
Yes, we have, in the dining room.
In here?
Yes.
I must see it.
No, it was actually an antique.
Yes. Maybe I know antiques.
It came from my great-grandmother.
How do you do?
It's all right. Do come and warm yourself.
Absolutely perfect. Real bedrock respectability, but why do away with a center mahogany table? The little tables just spoil the effect.
We thought guests would prefer them. This is my husband.
How do you do? Terrible weather, isn't it? It takes one back to Dickens and Scrooge and that irritating Tiny Tim. So nervous. Of course, Mrs. Ralston. You're absolutely right about the little tables. If you had a mahogany dining table, you'd have to have the right family to fit around it. Stern, handsome father with a beard. Prolific, faded mother. 11 or so children of sordid ages. A grim governess and somebody called Poor Harriet. The poor relation waxes a general dog's body and is very, very grateful to be given a good home.
I'll take your suitcase upstairs for you. A groom, did you say?
Yes.
I do hope it's got a full poster with Little Chin's roses.
It hasn't.
I don't believe your husband is going to like him. How long have you been married? Are you very much in love?
We've been married just a year. Perhaps you'd like to go up and see your room.
Ticked off. But I do so like knowing all about people. I mean, people are so madly interesting. That's what I think, don't you?
Well, I suppose some are, and some are not.
No, I don't agree. They're all interesting. Because you never really know what anyone is like or what they're really thinking. For instance, you don't know what I'm thinking about now, do you?
Not in the least. Cigarette.
No, thank you. You see, the only people who really know what other people are like are artists, and they don't know why they know it. But if they're portrait painters, it comes out on the canvas.
Are you a painter?
No, I'm an architect. My parents, baptized me Christopher, in the hopes that I would be an architect. Christopher Wren. Actually, of course, everyone laughs about it and makes jokes about St. Paul's. However, who knows? I may yet have the last laugh. Christopher Wren's prefabness may yet go down in history. He's simply going to love it here. I find your wife most sympathetic. Indeed. And really very beautiful.
Don't be absurd.
There. Isn't that like an English woman? Compliments always embarrass them. European women take compliments as a matter of course, but English women have all the feminine spirit crushed out of them by their husbands. There's something very gorgeous about the English husbands.
Come up and see your room. Right upstairs. Could you start with the hot water boiler?
This is Mousetrap, I presume?
Yes.
Hi, Mrs. Boyle.
I'm Giles Ralston. Come to the fire, Mrs. Boyle, and get warm. Awful weather, isn't it? Is this your only luggage?
A Major Metcalf visit is seeing to it.
I'll leave the door for you.
The taxi wouldn't risk coming up the drive. It stopped at the gate. We had to share a taxi from the station, and there was great difficulty in getting that. Nothing ordered to meet us, it seems.
I'm so sorry. We didn't know which train you were coming by, you see. Otherwise, of course, we would have seen that someone was standing by.
All trains should have been met.
Let me take your coat. My wife will be here in a moment. I'll just go along and give Metcalf a hand with the bags.
The drive might at least have been cleared of snow, most offhand and casual, I must say.
I'm so sorry I was...
Mrs. Ralston,
Yes, it's very nice to meet you.
you're very young.
Young?
To be running an establishment of this kind, you can't have had much experience.
There has to be a beginning for everything, hasn't there?
I see. Quite an experience. An old house. I sure hope that got dry rot.
Certainly not.
A lot of people don't know they've got dry rot until it's too late to do anything about it.
The house is in perfect condition.
Could use a coat of paint. You know, it got warm in this oak.
This way, Major. This is my wife.
How do you do? It's an absolute blizzard outside. But at one point we shouldn't make it. I beg your pardon. If it continues like this, I'll say you'll have 5 or 6 feet of snow by morning. Haven't seen anything like it since I was on leave in 1940.
I'll take these up. Which rooms did you say? Blue room and rose room?
No, I put Mr. Wren in the rose room. He liked the four-poster so much. So it's Mrs. Boyle in the oak room and Major Metcalf in the blue room.
Major?
Sir.
Do you have much servant difficulty here?
We have quite a good local woman who comes in from the village.
And what indoor staff?
No indoor staff, just us.
I see. I understand this was a guest house in full running order.
Only just starting.
I would have said that a proper staff of servants was essential before opening an establishment of this kind. I consider your advertisement most misleading. May I ask if I am the only guest with Major Metcalf, that is?
No, there are several here.
This weather, too. A blizzard, no less. All very
You
unfortunate.
could very well foresee the weather.
Well,
The north wind will blow, and it will bring snow. What will the robin do then, poor thing? I adore nursery rhymes, don't you? Always so tragic and macabre. That's why children like them.
May I introduce Mr. Wren and Mrs. Boyle?
how do you do?
This is a very beautiful house, don't you think so?
I have come to a time of life when the amenities of an establishment are far more important than its. If I had not believed this was a running concern, I should never have come here. I understand this was a guest house, fully equipped with every home comfort.
There is no obligation for you to remain here if you are not satisfied, Mrs. Boyle.
No, indeed, I should not think of doing so.
If there has been any misapprehension, it would perhaps be best if you went elsewhere. As we bring up for the taxi to return, the roads are not yet blocked. We have had so many applications for rooms that we should be able to fill your place quite easily. In any case, we are raising our terms next month.
I am certainly not going to leave before I've tried what this place is like. You needn't think you can turn me out now. Perhaps you will take me up to my bedroom, Mrs. Ralston.
Certainly, Mrs. Boyle. Darling, you're wonderful.
I think that's a perfectly horrible woman. I don't like her a bit. I'd love to see you turn her out into the snow. Serve her right.
It's a pleasure I've got to forgo, I'm afraid.